So the first question we have is solve the system of equations below for m and b. So I noticed that my variables are lined up, my equal signs are lined up, but nothing's going to cancel right now because if we added these two equations together, we would get two b's right here. The b's wouldn't cancel. So I'm going to multiply everything here times -1. So I'm going to rewrite the top equation. And then we have -810 equals -61m minus b. Now when we add the equations together, well, the b's will cancel out. And we get 94 minus 61 is 33. And 1,239, I'll do that on my calculator. Minus 810 is 429. Now I just divide both sides by 33, and we get m equals 13. Now that I know m is 13, I need to plug it back into this equation to find b. So 810 equals 61 times 13 plus b. $793 plus b. I'll subtract 793 from both sides, and we get that b equals 17. For each parabola below, find the X-intercept, Y-intercept, line of symmetry, and the vertex. So I noticed that this parabola is in vertex form. So I know my vertex is going to be at HK. So my vertex is 3, -4. The line of symmetry goes straight through the x-coordinate of the vertex. So x equals 3 is the line of symmetry. To find my x-intercepts, I'm going to plug in 0 for y. So I get 0 equals x minus 3 squared minus 4. I'll add 4 to both sides. You get 4 equals x minus 3 squared. Take the square root of both sides, and we get plus or minus 2 equals x minus 3. Now we split this up. Positive 2 equals x minus 3, and negative 2 equals x minus 3. So x equals 5, or x equals 1. So the two x-intercepts are 5, 0 and 1, 0. To find the y-intercept, we're going to plug in 0 for x. So we get y equals -3 squared minus 4. -3 times -3 is 9. So the y-intercept is 0, 5. This equation is in factored form because I'm multiplying things together. So I know that in factored form I can find the x-intercepts by using the zero product property. So we plug in 0 for y, and we get -2 times x minus 1 times x plus 5. So we know that since we have a product right here of we're multiplying things together that equals 0, either x minus 1 equals 0 or x plus 5 equals 0. So that means that x equals 1 or x equals -5 are our x-intercepts. Oh, positive 1 or -5. Now that we know the x-intercepts, to find the vertex, we can find the middle of them. So there are a couple ways we can do that. We can make a number line. And we've got 1, 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and 1. And I see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces in between. So halfway is going to be 3 spaces over. 1, 2, 3. This is going to be halfway, and that's at -2. Another way you could find the middle of the x-intercepts is by averaging them. So you could add 1 plus -5 and then divide by 2. That's -4 divided by 2, which is -2. So we know that the line of symmetry is right in the middle of the x-intercepts. It's going to be at x equals -2. We know that the x-coordinate of our vertex is -2. But we don't know the y-coordinate of our vertex. So we can plug in -2 for x, and so we get y equals -2 times -2 minus 1 times -2 plus 5. So we get y equals -2 times -3 times +3. That's +6 times 3 is 18. So our vertex is at -2, 18. And then to find the y-intercept, we plug in 0 for x. So we get y equals -2 times 0 minus 1 times 0 plus 5. So we get -2 times -1 times 5. That's 2 times 5 is 10. So the y-intercept is 0, 10. Alright, remember to do these diamond problems. We multiply to make the top and we add to make the bottom. 4 times 6 is 24. 4 plus 6 is 10. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 plus 2 is 5. 7 times -8 is -56. 7 plus -8 is -1. -7 times 3 is -21. -7 plus 3 is -4. Now we need two numbers that multiply to make 14 and add to make 9. So numbers that multiply to make 14 are 2 and 7. So 2 and 7, they add to make 9. Multiply to 25 and add to 10. 5 times 5 is 25. Multiply to -8 and add to -2. -4 and 2. Multiply to 72 and add to 17. 8 times 9. A sequence is a set of numbers that follow a specific pattern. Each of the sequences below is either linear, quadratic, or exponential. Identify each type of sequence and provide mathematical justification for your answers. So I'm going to look at the difference between them. So here I see that these are getting really big really fast. So, and I know that 12 times 12 is 144. I'm going to test to see if 144 times 12 is 17. It is 1728. So this sequence is exponential because it's multiplying by 12. I know here 0 to 5, that's plus 5, plus 5, plus 5. So this is linear because the first difference is constant. We're adding the same amount. On this one, let's see, we go plus 4 and then plus 12 and then plus 20 and then plus, let's see, 64 minus 36 is 28. So we're adding plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. So this is quadratic because the second difference is constant. (1.5 to 2.25), that's adding 0.75. 2.25 to 3.375, let's see, 3.375 minus 2.25. That's adding 1.125. Here, 5.0625 minus 3.375. That's plus 1.6875. So let's see what the second difference is. 1.125 minus 0.75 is 0.375. 1.6875 minus 1.125 is 0.5625. So it's not linear and not quadratic because the first difference is not the same and the second difference is not the same. We could see if it's exponential, and I'm going to test that by dividing. 2.25 divided by 1.5 is 1.5. 3.375 divided by 2.25 is 1.5. 5.0625 divided by 3.375 is 1.5. So I know that when I go from one to the other, we're timesing by 1.5. We're multiplying each time by 1.5. So this is exponential because it's multiplying by the same amount.